How did the anti-war movement affect American society? How did the anti-war movement affect American society? This question takes us back to a time of great change and upheaval during the Vietnam War. The movement emerged as a response to the United States military involvement in Vietnam. Many viewed this intervention as an imperialist effort to suppress a national liberation struggle led by communist forces. The Vietnamese Revolution, driven by the National Liberation Front and North Vietnamese forces, was framed as a fight against colonialism and capitalism. The U.S. involvement was seen as a way to maintain capitalist dominance in Southeast Asia. One major effect of the anti-war movement was a shift in political awareness. Protests brought attention to the harsh realities of the war, including the human cost and the use of chemical weapons like Agent Orange. As people learned more about the war, trust in government narratives began to decline. Many felt that the reasons given for the war were more about containing communism than promoting democracy. This led to a divide in American society, with some supporting U.S. intervention and others opposing it on moral grounds. The movement also sparked cultural and social change. It intersected with other movements of the 1960s, like civil rights and feminism. This created a spirit of questioning authority and traditional values. Activism surged among students, intellectuals, labor groups, and minorities. Many began to challenge not just the war but also the capitalist structures that were seen as underpinning U.S. foreign policy. Another significant impact was on U.S. policy itself. The protests and public opposition pressured the government to reconsider its involvement in Vietnam. This pressure contributed to the withdrawal of American troops and the end of the military draft. The signing of peace agreements marked a turning point. For many, this was a victory that showed the power of popular resistance against imperialist wars. The morale of the American public and international perception also shifted. The anti-war movement was seen by communist leaders as a sign of weakening American resolve. It demonstrated that the American public was divided and that the war was unpopular at home. This gave confidence to North Vietnamese and National Liberation Front forces, who saw that they were not alone in their struggle. The legacy of the anti-war movement is still felt today. It instilled a sense of skepticism toward military interventions in American political culture. It also fostered a tradition of protest against imperialism. For many, the movement illustrated how international solidarity and anti-imperialist activism could influence revolutionary struggles and challenge capitalist powers. Through its challenge to U.S. imperialism and support for the Vietnamese national liberation struggle, the anti-war movement reshaped American society. It exposed the contradictions of capitalist war efforts, empowered diverse social groups, and contributed to the eventual end of U.S. intervention in Vietnam. This outcome aligned with the goals of those advocating for a shift away from capitalist influence and towards socialist revolutions worldwide.